Hey, what's up guys? Tim Bratz here, and I was scrolling through social media, seeing some people talking about multifamily and the deals that they're in and how many units they own, and I read through some bullshit. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you exactly how to see past the garbage of these social media all-stars who aren't really controlling and owning this many deals, right? And to know and separate yourself or separate them from the people who are actually doing deals. So this episode is going to be all about diving into the different portions of how people are involved in an apartment building deal or any sort of commercial real estate deal, and how involved they need to be for each one of those different levels. So let's talk about it. All right, the first way to get involved in a commercial real estate deal where you can have some ownership in the equity is as a limited partner. Limited partners are passive investors, right? They're limited in liability, they're limited in decision making, right? And they're limited in responsibility. They're limited partners because they're only limited to whatever money that they are investing in that deal. Limited partners have no voting power or decision making responsibilities in the operations of a deal. One thing you got to be careful of is, the first thing that I would ask somebody if they say, hey, I own thousands and thousands of doors, is, are you a limited partner or a general partner? Now, limited partners, it's important because that means they have some cash, which is amazing. But the reality is typically a limited partner might own 1%, 2% of a deal, right? And not have any responsibility or controlling interest of that deal. So I've seen people who put $10,000 into a deal, or even $50,000 or $100,000 into a deal that owns 1,000 doors. That doesn't mean they own 1,000 doors. That's like putting $5 into Tesla and saying you own Tesla, right? Yeah, I guess you have some stock in Tesla, but it doesn't mean you own Tesla. Does that make sense? So the first way to differentiate is, are they a limited partner or are they a general partner? So general partners are typically the operators of the deal. They're more involved, they're the decision makers, they're the ones running the deal. So going from a limited partner into a general partner, there's typically more responsibility and they're involved more in that project. Out of the general partners, there's many different responsibilities that can come into play. I've seen general partners who just found the deal one time, they got a couple of points of equity, they're hands off, and they might own 2, 3, 4, 5% of the deal, and that might own 1,000 doors or 2,000 doors. That's respectable, absolutely. But are they actually, do they really own 1,000 doors, right? Do they really own 2,000 doors? Is that fair to say? Maybe, it's debatable. But that's something to pay attention to. Are they a general partner? But how much equity do they have as a general partner in the deal? That's another piece. Some LLCs are structured where there's 123 Main Street. And then 123 Main Street is owned by 123 Main Street LLC. The way that my company structures it is 123 Main Street LLC, there's a percentage of that company is owned by general partners, and there's a percentage of that company that's owned by limited partners. What you'll also see once in a while is a general partner says, oh yeah, I have 25% of the GP. Well, if the general partner only owns 50% of the deal, 25% of the GP is really 12.5% equity in that project, right? So you can see how people can start fudging the numbers and playing with words to make it look like they're a bigger owner in the project than they really are. So just pay attention to some of those things, right? The next thing you might want to ask, if they're a general partner, is, are they also the managing member? Right? The managing member is the one who actually signs the documents. The managing member is the one who actually calls the shots and does the decision making, and all the responsibility and liability, a lot of the liability falls on their shoulders, right? If they're the managing member, it's respectable, right? And then the other thing that I would ask is, are you the loan sponsor? The loan sponsor is the one who has the experience, who has the net worth and the liquidity to sign on that loan. So if you're talking about a $20 million deal and the loan's $15 million, the loan sponsor has to have a net worth of $15 million equal to the loan amount. They need to have liquidity equal to 10% of the loan amount, which would be $1.5 million liquid cash, and they need experience owning and managing that number of doors. So the loan sponsor, in my eyes, has the most credibility out of anybody who's involved in that project. One thing you got to pay attention to is that there could be multiple loan sponsors. So just because somebody owns a $60 million deal and you say, hey, are you the sole loan sponsor or are you a co-loan sponsor? Are you a co-sponsor of the loan? Because you could take 2 people or 3 people or 5 people and they can all be co-sponsors of the loan because their liquidity adds up to 10% of the loan amount, their net worth adds up to the loan amount, and collectively their experience adds up to a level where the lender is comfortable giving them a loan. So are they a co-sponsor of loans or are they the sole loan sponsor? There's a big difference, right? So you gotta start asking these questions. You gotta see through the BS that's out there on social media, everybody showing you their highlight reel, and really dive deep in order to understand who has credibility and who may be faking it, right? We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Fake it till they make it, right? So an example of a general partner who's also a managing member and a co-loan sponsor who is the real deal and owns a big chunk of equity is my boy Ryan Pineda and I just took down 334 units together. So he has a big chunk of the deal. Our investors have a big chunk of the deal. He's got a big chunk of the deal and I have a big chunk of the deal, right? And so that's somebody who is an actual operator who can talk the talk because he's backed up. He actually has the background and has the equity and has the net worth and has the liquidity and has the operating experience, right, that a lot of these other guys don't. So if you're not following Ryan Pineda, follow him. He's a stud. So pay attention to this stuff. I've seen people who have come in, own 1%, 2%. Maybe it's on the GP side. Maybe they helped raise some money. Maybe they helped, who knows? Could have been any little piece of it. But they own 1 or 2 points. There's people in my deals that have done this, right? Who are out there. They own 1 or 2% of 2,500 doors. Telling people that they own 2,500 doors and that they're the general partner on 2,500 doors. Technically, they're not lying, but the reality is they own 1 or 2%. On 2,500 doors, that's like 25 to 50 doors. Still respectable, but you got to see through the bullshit, right? You got to see and ask the questions to really see if somebody has the credibility that they're trying to convey on social media. I will tell you this, out of over 4,000 doors that I own, I am the loan sponsor in all but, I'm the sole loan sponsor in all but 1 deal that I can think of. Yeah, I'm the sole loan sponsor in all but 1 deal that I can think of. And that 1 deal that is a $75 million project. So me and 1 other person went in on that one together. And I am the managing member of all but I think 2 properties that I'm involved in. So those 2 are small deals, somebody else's deals. I just brought some money to it and I'm pretty much passive in those projects. But everything else, I am the managing member. I'm the one signing the documents. I'm the one signing on the loans, making the decision on when do we sell, when do we refinance, what are we doing with these deals. And I'm the majority equity owner in almost all of my projects as well. So that just kind of gives you guys some perspective, sheds some light on me. Happy to share my real estate portfolio with anybody who wants to see it and let you guys know that I am a real operator. I'm a real managing member. I am a real loan sponsor on these projects. And just be aware, a lot of the people talking a big game, ask them, right? Just ask, hey, are you a limited partner or a general partner in those deals? Are you a member or a managing member of the GP side? Are you also the loan sponsor of these loans? And are you the sole loan sponsor or are you co-sponsoring these loans? Because you need to add up the net worth, liquidity, and experience from other people and lean on them in order to get the loan done. It's a way to see through the BS. So I hope that helps you guys. I'm not here to try to take anybody's legs out. I see a lot of the garbage out there and I want you guys to understand there's varying levels of this stuff going on and making sure that nobody takes advantage of you because of some nonsense that they're saying out on social media. So hope this is helpful. Until next time, be your best.